And the breaking news we're following right now, these images of the arrest just coming into our newsroom tonight as word got out that Travis and Gregory McMichael were arrested in connection with the murder investigation of Ahmaud Arbery back in February.
A case that only came to light in recent weeks because of a video that was posted on the internet showing the pair involved with a deadly confrontation with Arbery, who was jogging down a Brunswick street. We start with all the late breaking details first with On Your Side Shelby Danielson. She is outside the jail where the son and father are. Shelby, what have you learned tonight?
Well, first I want to show you, you can see this fence with barbed wire on top of it, a very different scene than what the McMichaels are used to here at the Glynn County Jail. They were booked on charges of murder and aggravated assault. And keep in mind, they were arrested and booked here on what would have been the eve of Ahmaud Arbery's 26th birthday, which is tomorrow. Now, we know that these men knew that the community here was very upset by this, especially when video came out earlier this week and then prompted calls for an investigation, even by the governor, and the Georgia Bureau of Investigation started that independent investigation just yesterday morning. So less than 48 hours later, here we are. Now I want you to take a look at that video again of those arrests earlier in the Satilla Shores neighborhood. It happened around 7:45 this evening, and I spoke to the woman who took that video. Her name's Tammy, and she told me that they were out for a drive. They actually wanted to go there specifically to see the cross that was in place of where Ahmaud Arbery was shot and killed. She said when the father, Gregory McMichael, was taken into handcuffs, he was just out on the driveway and they pulled up. Officers walked up to him, silently put him in handcuffs, walked him to the car. Then they silently walked into the home, got Travis out, put him in handcuffs. She said you could hear a pin drop. It was so quiet. They had no incident, no issues, and then they drove away. And the whole neighborhood was very quiet. She said they are all in mourning right now. We also had a chance to speak with Marcus Arbery Sr., the father of Ahmaud, after this happened tonight.
I just want to see them get punished and forced to the law for what they done. I want to see them behind bars the rest of their life where they belong at. Because they don't belong out here free with society when they hate that bad like that and murder somebody like that in broad day like that. They need to remain behind bars the rest of their life. Because my son is gone and he are not coming back. He ain't coming back. So the murders that murder him need to be behind bars the rest of their life so they can feel the pain I went through when they took my son's life.
Now, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation is going to host a press conference tomorrow morning to give more details about this arrest. They said they're going to stream it on Facebook to maintain social distancing, but they're going to answer a lot of questions. As we told you, they started this investigation just yesterday morning. They said they wanted to hit the ground running. They put their top 3 investigators on it. And again, here we are tonight, so we'll have much more details for you tomorrow morning when they hold that press conference. Live in Glynn County, Shelby Danielson, First Coast News, On Your Side.
Shelby, thank you so much. And tonight I talk with attorney Benjamin Crump about this case. He's representing the Arbery family. He says when the video emerged, it was a clear picture that took people back to very dark times.
Well, it's hard to watch that video and not harken back to yesteryears where there was lynch mobs chasing African Americans down, killing them, and not being held accountable, going home and sleeping in their bed at night. And when you watch that video, it takes you there. It really does. And so the fact that they were not arrested for 74 days really felt like we weren't in 2020, but we were more like in 1920.
Now, Crump says he's glad about the arrest, but he's nervous that justice can be carried out to its fullest. Tonight, we also spoke with Alan Tucker. Now, he says tomorrow morning he will be told if he's representing the men under arrest. He told us his reaction tonight about the news of the arrests.
Well, if you review the video and you look at it like it is, it was fired in the struggle over the firearm. Both men had their hands on the weapon when it went off.
So a lot has happened in this case just in the last 24 hours. So how did we get here? Let's go over that. According to reports obtained by the On Your Side team, police received the first of 4 trespassing complaints from the Satilla Shores neighborhood last October, the most recent in early February. Then on February 23rd, residents called 911 to report a suspected trespasser. Now, when police responded, they found 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery dead in the street, according to police, shot by Travis McMichael, who was with his father, former Brunswick District Attorney investigator Gregory McMichael. Neither man was arrested at the time, and for weeks, the case stalled. Passed from the Brunswick District Attorney to the Ware County District Attorney. Both cited conflicts of interest due to McMichael's law enforcement connections. They passed the case to Liberty County District Attorney's office, where it remained until about 2 days ago. Then on Tuesday, May 5th, a video of the shooting surfaced, and it sparked street protests in Brunswick and national outrage, including a tweet from NBA star LeBron James. The same day, District Attorney Tom Durden said he would have a grand jury review the case and asked the Georgia Bureau of Investigation to step in. Then on Thursday, about 2.5 months after the shooting, Travis and Gregory McMichael were arrested.
And shortly after the news broke, Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr released this statement on Twitter, saying in part, his office is grateful that the Bureau of Investigation has taken quick and decisive action.
And Georgia Governor Brian Kemp says he has watched the disturbing video of Arbery's last moments alive, and he describes it as horrific and that the people of Georgia deserve answers.
I have full confidence in Vic Reynolds and the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. I know that they will be working around the clock to thoroughly and independently investigate Mr. Arbery's death to find the truth. In these moments, I would ask that you continue to pray for his loved ones, the local community, as well as our state.
Now, the police report says Travis and Gregory McMichael were trying to make a citizen's arrest when they confronted Ahmaud Arbery. The Georgia law does allow you to arrest someone if you witness them committing a crime, say shoplifting. But experts looking at the video in this case tell On Your Side's Ken Amaro what happened was not a citizen's arrest.
Legal experts say the sequence of events captured on this video and what's written in the Glynn County Police report do not meet the definition of a citizen's arrest.
You have to see the crime to try to enact an arrest.
The report states there were several break-ins in the neighborhood. It does not state that Travis and Gregory McMichael witnessed the unarmed jogger committing a crime. Attorney John Phillips practices law in Georgia. He has no connection to the case. He knows the citizen's arrest law.
And appears to just have been a illegal stop, an illegal arrest, and an illegal murder.
The law says any citizen can make the arrest if he or she witnessed the crime.
You have to see the crime to try to enact an arrest.
And there are limits on how far you can go in making such an arrest.
You're really not supposed to use force.
Here's what it says. When making a citizen's arrest, a person may not use more force than is reasonable to make the arrest. Deadly force is limited to self-defense or to instances in which such force is necessary to prevent certain felonies.
They did it all wrong, even if that's what they were trying to do.
Phillips is convinced if citizen's arrest becomes a defense for what happened, it will not go very far.
Now you have video to show the other side of the story.
Phillips says the video clearly demonstrates Ahmaud Arbery did not have to lose his life, using a law that was intended to reduce shoplifting.
As people who use these laws to justify murder know, dead men and dead women and dead children tell no tales, but cell phones do.
So that was Ken Amaro reporting. The attorneys continue to say that while you and I have the right to make an arrest for a crime we witnessed, we do not have the right to use deadly force unless it is to defend ourselves.
And we know this is a lot of information for you tonight, so I want to go over it with you one more time. Gregory McMichael and Travis McMichael, father and son, have been arrested for the death of Ahmaud Arbery. Both men are charged with murder and aggravated assault. They were booked into the Glynn County Jail. On February 23rd, Arbery was in the Satilla Shores neighborhood of Brunswick, Georgia, when he was confronted by the two men who were both armed with guns. Investigators say Travis was the one who shot and killed Arbery. And we're going to continue to stay on top of the Ahmaud Arbery case and bring you the latest both on air and online. You can always get the latest information on our website, firstcoastnews.com.